Welcome to Get the Facts, the program that provides you with information on government's policies and initiatives. I'm your host, Enthros Campbell. Today we'll be focusing on the Jamaica Customs Agency. How has this important entity been able to cope in the midst of COVID-19? Our resource person is the Chief Executive Officer, Velma Ricketts Walker. Mrs. Ricketts Walker, welcome to the program, and so good to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And really, I appreciate being here on Getting the Facts.
Okay, good. So let's start with the mandate of the Jamaica Customs Agency.
So the mandate of Jamaica Customs Agency is encompassed within its own vision and its own mission. And the mandate speaks to trade facilitation, border protection, and revenue collection.
Revenue collection.
And this is required for, the continued development of this wonderful country that we are a part of.
Thank you for that, because we just believe here that all you do is revenue collection.
Oh no.
Okay, so now let us move on to we've been experiencing COVID since March, thereabouts. Tell us what kind of changes you've had to make during this period.
All right, so we have been making significant changes. But what I want to go back to is when you asked about our mandate, and recognizing that our mandate is fundamental to national development, right? Because you had indicated that some persons think that it is only revenue collection. But because of the wonderful other mandates of trade facilitation and border protection, it is intrinsically embedded within the national development goals and the national development plans. So Jamaica Customs really is aligned to 2 of the 4 national development goals, right? And one of that goals speaks to Jamaica being a secure, cohesive, and just society, and the other speaks to Jamaica's economic prosperity. And for us to have economic prosperity, it means that there must be revenues. And so that is why it is important that the revenue so collected that goes to the government coffers plays a fundamental role in its national development.
Yes.
But notwithstanding that, added to that is the great role of trade facilitation. It is protecting our citizens, protecting our people, protecting cargo, protecting the business, and ensuring that the trade facilitation, making things simpler, ensuring that there is a level playing field for economic operators who are involved in cross-border movement of goods and also travel, and also dealing with the other packages. Because what I always say is every single Jamaicans interact with customs, whether they know it or not.
Yes.
If you are a passenger, you interact with customs. If you take packages through the mailing system, you interact with customs. And of course, if you're involved in cross-border movement of goods, you interact with customs. So fundamentally, we are a very huge organization that impacts how Jamaica operates.
I'm sure persons who are listening are saying, what does Jamaica Customs have to do with a just society?
So the just society is ensuring that the system is right for what we are doing.
Oh, okay.
But what we do as a part of the national goal too is really looking at the security aspect of it. And so we align ourselves to that security aspect as it relates to securing the borders and ensuring that illicit goods are not coming in, or persons that are trafficking those illicit goods are not coming in to harm the society.
Perfect. Okay, tell us now about the changes you've had to make.
So we've made several changes, and recognizing that Jamaica Customs is a service-oriented organization. And because we are service-oriented, we want to ensure that we have the efficient tools and systems and information and people to drive what we so do. So we have been making several changes as a consequence of COVID and COVID-19 reality. But these changes, some of these changes are not just necessarily as it relates to COVID, because we would have had them in our plans before, in our own strategic plans. But what has happened, the COVID realities caused us to leapfrog and to move very quickly, especially as it relates to our ICT advancement. Now, recognizing that because of COVID, there is a great need for social distancing or physical distancing, what we had to do was to put system in place to prevent persons from coming, but still conduct business. So we move from inline to online. So we offer several services, to the public. There is the express clearance service. Now, this is a program that was incorporated before from 2018. However, as a consequence of COVID, we springboarded and refined this program. Now, what it is really pulling customs officers out of the preparation of declaration for non-commercial or personal shipments. So you would appreciate that our society, some of us will think that it is unique, but our society, we tend to import a lot of non-commercial items. And so we have a lot of barrels or, those type of shipment. And with the number comes the number of persons to clear. And you find also that Jamaicans, they will send a package and they also want to be involved in the processing of that package. And what it causes is greater crowd at the clearance point, yes. Whether it be the terminal, the port, or the warehouses. Because of COVID, we recognize that this cannot continue. So legally, we are not supposed to be the person enforcing or writing or creating the declarations for the traders. So what we have done was now allow a third party to create these declarations, the third party being a freight forwarder or a custom broker or another agent for the importer. And that declaration would be submitted electronically to the agency long in advance, and the clearance process would have started. So by the time the person comes to effect that clearance, it would be smooth sailing for them. So we are encouraging persons to utilize that system. Yes. We've also put in place, because of our returning residents, we have a number of persons returning to Jamaica and want to benefit from the returning residents status. Now, this is an incentive given to Jamaicans returning home. And as a consequence of that, what we would have done was ensuring that they no longer come to customs to get their status approved, so that they can benefit for those incentives. So we allow for them to put their application online, yes, and book their appointment, and the entire process done with seamlessly.
Okay, good. Quite a mouthful there. Let's take a break now and come back with more useful information on the Jamaica Customs Agency. Stay with us.